Joining me right now is Anthony Engelen. He is a one championship featherweight. Actually, you're going back to featherweight in your next fight, right, Anthony?
Hey John, what's up? Yeah, no, I'm been a featherweight all the time actually. Everywhere fighting, it's always featherweight. It's just that in one championship the weight classes are a little bit different due to the hydration process, or actually the lack of it. So it's still called featherweight, and yeah.
All right, the first thing I want to get into before we get into your fight coming up on January 19th, you are right now you are in Indonesia, but you're born in the Netherlands. How did you end up all the way on the other side of the world?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Holland, in the Netherlands. My dad is from Indonesia. He moved to Holland when he was a kid, and I got a lot of roots here in Indonesia. And I started coming here first for holiday with my parents and stuff, and then later in life, I think it started with an exchange program for my university. And after that, it kind of progressed, doing my internship, doing some work. After my graduation, I started to work full time for a family company here in the tea business. And yeah, pretty much I've been here ever since. Like I said, with a regular office job first, and having mixed martial arts as a hobby, a serious hobby. And throughout the years, that became something more, more permanent, I guess. And I just wanted to pursue my dreams, pursue my passion, and here I am.
Here you are. Now let's go back to November 2018. 2 fights, 2 different countries, 2 finishes on short notice. Talk about those intense 8 days.
Right. So, yeah, wow. I got the call to fight in Singapore, I think on 2 weeks' notice. And I'm like, all right, guys, let's go. Let's do it. So I got my bags, and next day I arrived in Bali with the guys from Bali MMA, because that's where I did most of my training camps. Also for 2 weeks, even though I'm always training no matter what, but fight preparation is always a little bit more. Did 2 weeks, went to Singapore, first time back at 1SC. It went good, I guess. Head kick KO in the first minute. Went back to Jakarta, deciding to take some time off. And 2 days later, while I was having my very unhealthy breakfast, I got the call again from One Championship saying, "Yo, Ant, do you want to fight in Jakarta in a few days?" Literally, they called me on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and the fight was going to be on Saturday. I'm like, wow, let's go. Let's do it. Why not? I'm still fresh, no injuries. And to be honest, I wanted to fight in Jakarta anyways. And it felt like a good time as well to, make it a better fight, show some of my skills, So yeah, I took it, and it went pretty good. Submission finish in, I don't know, somewhere in the first round. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So a pretty hectic few weeks, but I couldn't wish for anything more.
How was your shin going into that second fight?
No problem at all. No problem at all. It landed flush on his, I'm not sure where, somewhere on the bridge of his nose or on his jaw or somewhere. But nah, seriously, not a bruise, nothing. So all good.
All right, now back-to-back fights for one championship in Jakarta. How comfortable have you become fighting in that city?
Oh, it's home. It's where home is. So all my friends and family and fans, they're all in Jakarta, and you know, it makes it a lot easier preparing for a fight or like during fight, for example, because you got to be a little bit picky regarding your diet, for example. But since I know the city, where to get everything, not all, it's easy. So yeah, it feels good. At the same time, I know there's some extra pressure on my shoulders, because I will be the hometown favorite. So yeah, I mean, but that extra pressure, I can always turn it into a positive feeling, and the energy that I get from the crowd, that really fires me up. So yeah, I mean, I definitely love fighting in Jakarta.
This time around, you're going to face Kwon Won-Il, which is your third opponent change for this upcoming event. Does this affect your preparations at all?
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, even my first opponent, Filipino guy, when they said I was going to fight him, I'm like, okay, let's go. Then, like, soon enough, he got replaced by a Cambodian guy. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And, like, before I could even learn their names, they got a new guy to replace already, so it's all good. It's all good. I mean, there's not a lot that I know about this guy. I know he has a 5-0 record. So he probably might be dangerous. No matter what, man, I'm just gonna bring it, and it's gonna be a good fight.
Have you always been like that in your preparations? You don't really worry about who's coming across that cage. You just focus on yourself?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I always do my I always try to do my research, right? But I don't really make like a specific tailored plan towards my opponent. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I have to focus on myself more than on my opponent. And yeah, and especially if I cannot find a lot about these guys, then I'm not gonna stress. Not gonna stress about it. Like I said, if I can find some research, then I will try to use it to my advantage. I will try to make somewhat of a game plan with my coaches. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just got to train hard, whether it's striking, wrestling, or jiu-jitsu, and just gonna bring it.
You said you try to research. Have you researched Kwon, and have you been able to find anything on him, and how do you assess him?
So I saw one movie on YouTube of him fighting. What can I say about him? I think he's tall. He's definitely a bit taller than I am. A little bit skinnier probably as well. He seems more of a striker to what I have seen. And that's pretty much everything I can say about him. Going into that fight, every fight starts standing up. I'm gonna try to, finish him on the feet first. Let's see how that goes. And if it doesn't go my way, then I can always take him down and continue the barrage on the floor. And that's pretty much my game plan. Every other fight, start standing up, and then maybe go for a takedown and finish it on the floor.
Right now, you're doing your camp at Bali MMA. How did you hook up with them? How did you hook up with that growing fight team?
So I've known the guys from Bali MMA before it was Bali MMA. When they just came to Jakarta, when it was only Jakarta MMA, I was already training with these guys. Not after that, they opened another one in Bali MMA. And I've been going back and forth training with these guys, like on and off, aside from training at my own gym in Jakarta. And ever since my first fight in one championship in 2015, I've been doing parts of my training camp at Bali MMA, and when I just signed again for this time in one championship, I decided to have my first full training camp with Bali MMA, and it's been a good decision for sure.
Who have you been working with mainly? Training partners, coaches?
So my main coaches are Don Carlo Kraus, Andrew and Anthony Leone. They're mostly my wrestling and nogi coaches. And then we got Mike. His last name is kind of tricky. Mike Ikilile from New Zealand. Awesome guy, really awesome stand-up coach. So those are my coaches. And my training partners, the guys from Bali MMA, Rocky, Luke, Steffer, Pitu. What else do we have? Abid, Valitio. A few more international guys. I gotta say, man, it's high level guys every day of the week, and it's definitely a challenge for me.
I know that Steffer and Rocky, they both have fights coming up this month. What is the environment like
Correct.
with those guys?
It's super chill. It's super chill. They're really nice guys, and whenever we're training, it's full on. It's hard. But they're super nice guys, and after training, it's always laughing and doing silly stuff. But I mean, I wouldn't say there's more tension or anything. Everything is still pretty laid back. At least before and after training, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
I see you are working with Crusader Strength for this camp. Is strength and conditioning something you added recently?
No, actually, in my previous fight camps, I've always been doing, or actually, I've been trying to increase my strength and conditioning programs. There was, I think, actually, for my last two fights, I didn't get around to do it because I had a minor injury in my back a while ago. For this camp, yeah, like you said, I just started again with a coach from England. Actually, he's been coaching me online, Crusader Strength, and I'm definitely going to continue with that. And it's feeling good. It's feeling good.
In your upcoming fight, how do you see this fight playing out with this new guy?
Like I said, the guy has a 5-0 record, so he definitely knows what to do, and every fight starts standing up, and I'm gonna try to throw a few more punches, a few more kicks this time around, and let's see how he takes those. Let's see if I can maybe get another KO. If not, I'm just gonna grind him into a TKO or submission on the floor. But it's going to be fun, for sure.
You ended 2018 in a spectacular fashion. 2019 has just started. What do you see for yourself this year?
Yeah, good things are happening, John. 2018, the first part was not a good year for me. Like you said, it ended with in a good way, and that's definitely true. 2019 is here. I am fired up, ready to go to make this my year. I can't say too much about it right now, but there are definitely a few things being lined up as we speak. Some really big things. The only thing I can say about that is, stay tuned, and because it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
All right, January 19th, One Eternal Glory. Anthony Engelen will face Kwon Won-Il in a featherweight bout in Jakarta, Indonesia. Thank you, Anthony, for your time, and good luck on your fight, man.
All right. Thanks, John. And I hope to see you all 19th of January. Catch me in action, guys.